That lady right there, could you just step right back in the spotlight and take this bow? You are my new role model, baby. Yes. I read about her. This is the first time we worked together, and I feel like I'm blessed tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Funny. She's funny. And she brings it to you still. Regardless to what she's going through, she brings it to you. How you doing? You on Instagram? What the fuck you taking?
Please welcome Miss Debbie.
I tell you, I'm watching you on television on these monitors, and I hope I don't look fatter than I'm supposed to look, because I've been struggling with my weight. I've been on that Atkins diet. Just wound up acting like I was on a diet. Well, it didn't work that good, so I cheated, got my stomach stapled, lost 170 pounds so far. Yeah. Got a lot of skin left, so I'm just, thank God Home Depot sells tan duct tape now, so I just tape up. I look neat. Don't I look neat? I look neat. But I lost all this weight, and to my devastation, I found a hard lump under my breast. And I went to the doctor about it and told me it's my rib cage. What? That's a bone? It's supposed to be there? That's weird. We got one on the east side. I didn't even know that. But this is about as skinny as I'm going to get. I live in Portland, Oregon, where there's a lot of skinny people here, and the crazy serial killer is here. And he always snatching up skinny people. I've never seen a fat girl in a milk carton. Have y'all? No, it's always skinny people because they're easy to catch. They always walking everywhere. Oh, just walk. See, us big girls, we too lazy. We in the drive-thru in a car with the doors locked. We safe. And the serial killer come up with his little bitty sports car, roll the window down a little bit, take a coat hanger, snatch him in, and drive off real fast. That's not going to work for us. You got to go get a van. Some fried chicken, the baiters to the van, a couple extra friends to push us in the van. You want to get rid of our bodies? You can't throw us in the Green River called Fat Float. We be bobbing all night. You ain't going to get us without a fight. So, Portland, I'm a little concerned about your skinny population. They could be extinct. So I started a new program. It's called You Can't Beat 'Em, Feed 'Em program. So tomorrow, take an extra sandwich, feed a skinny person because you care. Because you care. Yes, but but like I said, I'm excited about my relationship. I've been married 34 years. Thank you. That's 4 husbands, though. I think they should count. To me, marriage is a lot like college credits. They're cumulative. Had some great teachers, but I was a slow learner. Yeah, I just got married again. People say, but Debbie, you've been married. I still believe in the security of marriage, Social Security. I believe in that. And I just got married again a year ago, April 1st. And I'm just so happy about it. He's everything I want. He's white chocolate with nuts. I had to cross over and get me a white guy because Trump scared the hell out of me. He don't like a green card, so I got me a white card. And he's an old country cracker. Just call me Miss Lindsey Graham Cracker. That's what you're going to have to call me. Because I'm going to be safe. Life goes on, and I have some disabilities, and you just can't let that stop you from living your life. Your dreams, your aspirations, your body gonna fall apart sooner or later. Everything that's sitting up perky, ladies, it will come down. Now my old boobs is like old window shades. I roll them up in the morning, lay them down at night. Yeah, the young women, they have boobs. I got bosoms. See, boobs, you can put your phone in your boobs. You can put your cell phone in your boobs. And your boobs say, I got it. I put my phone in my bosom and said, ooh, let your panties catch that. That's too heavy. I can't get that. So you can't depend on this body. It's all attitude. And now I'm bragging to tell you, I'm the proud mother of 5 failed birth control methods. Yes. I was in the delivery room with my last baby, and the doctor had the nerve enough to ask me and my husband. That's why I call my ex. Ex is too hard to say. Husband is perfect. He said, congratulations, you got another boy. Are you guys Jewish? And I'm like, doctor, we black, African American. Why you think we Jewish? He said, well, your little boy was born with a little cap on his head. I said, damn diaphragm. I knew I had it on. Right there. See, the young women, I don't know if they even know what that is. Me and Wilma Flintstone wore that. They got pills, patches, gum. I heard that young women can even get one shot and won't even get pregnant. Boy, back in my day, one shot and you got pregnant. So I don't know. It's way different now. But wouldn't it be nice, ladies, if they could make a sperm qualifier alarm system for us? That way, the sperm will go in and analyze the sperm and let you know what kind of quality sperm this is. And it will warn you. Warning, warning, this is asshole sperm. No job having sperm. Jerk sperm. Eggs. Hide. Play dead. Let them pass. But not my eggs. They're so flirty. Hi, guys. Oh, swim over here. Oh, my God. It's like a million of you guys everywhere. Oh, my God. Let's go make a baby. I call him my little egg horse. I think my time is up now, so I think I'm gonna turn this back over to the main man.
Let's give another hand for Miss Debbie Wooten. Okay, I got my side back. Okay. How did you get started in comedy?
Well, I was born with all these disabilities: polio, spinal bifida, scoliosis, and I was isolated from children because they didn't really want to play with me because I had, I was fat girl, I was black girl, and I had braces on, and so I was all weird. So I figured they're gonna judge me for everything,
right,
how I look.
Yes.
So God just gave me that gift, let me know that I can tap into their humor and make that the bridge where they don't see all this physical so-called defects. I call them perfects.
Perfect. Okay.
Because God don't make no mistakes.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
I'm sexy. I have polio.
So you're sexy?
Yeah. In the daytime, I am a polio victim, but at night at the club, I'm a polio hoe. That's a different breed.
Was somebody in your family is in comedy? Is this something that you just, like you said, God gave you the gift, and so you just roll with it?
Well, my daddy was pretty funny.
Okay.
He was really funny.
Yeah.
He should have been a comedian.
Yeah.
He did some funny stuff.
Well, we certainly see why Arsenio Hall says you're one of the funniest ladies here, man.
Laughter is a healer.
Yes.
I've used it to heal a lot of wounds and also not to take so serious things that I go through, that everybody go through stuff. And I could turn around and see it funny. Some kind of way I'm going to see it funny sooner or later. And it really helps. And I think I try to encourage people to use more humor in their lives.
Yes.
And to look at problems from another angle and see, well, I didn't have to do it like that. I could have did it like this, and just kind of reenactment and see how you can make it funny to yourself first, because that heals you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Would you come back and do a little more comedy for us?
I'd be honored.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Debbie. Thank you. Joining me right now is Miss Deborah Harris. She always blesses us with Beneath the Rose, and she's going to share a little information. What she does also is she keeps us informed of what's happening in the community. So she got some information she's going to share with us tonight. Miss Deborah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's welcome Miss Deborah Harris, please. Yes. It's always a pleasure. What you got to do for us?
Well, today we're going to talk about a very key issue. I'm not taking sides on it. It's the assault rifle.
Okay.
And how that's affecting our state as well as the country.
Yes, because the young people just marched, yesterday?
Yes.
And it was huge.
Yes, it was.
I don't think they actually thought that it was going to go like it did. I mean, I heard it went over to France, Paris.
Oh.
I mean, it crossed the water, so it's huge. Please share what you have for us.
And I think it is great because we
Yes.
often talk about, like Whitney sung, I believe the children are our future.
Yes.
They are present. They showed us right now they're not just only our future, but they're also our present.
Absolutely.
The first I want to give a brief definition of an assault rifle. I know we know it's a gun. Okay. The assault rifle is defined as a rapid fire magazine, an automatic rifle designed for infantry use, and it's usually commonly referred to as a military rifle. And between 1994 and 2004, there was a ban on the assault rifle. And they did it sort of like an experiment.
Okay.
And they did notice that a decline in shootings and deaths was reduced during that period. But then when that federal ban was lifted, they did some statistics.
Uh-huh.
And it showed that the shootings from assault rifles had increased. But nothing has been done, no analysis or statistics done since then. So right now, we're back at that battle. The pros and the cons, those for assault rifles, against assault rifles. This is a situation, an issue where there's no in between.
Okay.
Where there's no gray issue. So people are either for it or they're against it.
Now, why do you think they're they're trying to make it seem like it's a medical issue as opposed to young people or elderly people, who's ever purchasing the guns? Why are they trying to make it, why are they doing that?
Well, they're saying it's a medical issue because they assume that someone in their, I want to make sure I'm saying it politically correct.
This is straight talk, so
form, right talk, in their
yeah.
sound mind,
Okay.
someone with a sound mind
Okay.
would not get a rifle or any gun and do mass shooting or shoot anyone. So they're assuming it must be medically related. There's something going on medically that's causing them to react and behave this way.
Okay.
So they're saying that instead of removing the guns to those people who have the issues, the medical issues, but we don't always know who those are.
Exactly.
And it's too late if you're not proactive.
Yes, now what I didn't understand is the fact that the young man had the guns, his parents knew he had the guns, so aren't they responsible for his actions? Or anybody talking about that?
Well, to my understanding, his mother was deceased. They didn't know where his dad was.
Okay.
He was living with a friend's family.
Family, okay, got you.
Yes.
Okay.
But still,
Right.
and then usually when you are, I believe the law is when you're 18, you're sort of accountable for yourself. But still, you're exactly right. If someone is aware that you have that and you knew you had all those issues, then someone should be held accountable.
Right, because these guns, they shoot rounds, like 200 rounds.
Yes. And you can program them. I don't have one, okay?
Okay.
Well, maybe I
Well,
should.
if you do, that's your
Maybe I
business.
should tell everybody I do. That way
Right.
I'm safe. Okay.
Right.
But no. But you can program them the way you want to
Okay.
program them.
Okay.
But yes, immediate fires.
Immediate fire.
Yes.
Why in your opinion, why do you think if a person even needs a gun like that? I mean, why a citizen?
Well,
or anybody left in the service.
Well, some of the arguments that many have, they say, well, I need this gun. I was in the service and I know how to use it, and I need this gun to protect my family.
Okay.
So
You need 200 rounds?
but this is some of the arguments that we hear.
Yes,
it's
yes.
to protect my family. Well, we never know what people's mindset,
Exactly.
where their mindsets are. Maybe they think there's going to be some type of a revolution or something to take over, then they'll have their protection. But yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about teachers
About teachers.
having guns?
Well,
Because you're an educator too, yes.
The person who said that, who initially said that,
Yes.
We really don't take certain things to heart.
Right.
But my personal thoughts on teaching,
Oh, yes.
Teachers having guns, no, they're there to teach, to
Exactly.
focus on the students,
Exactly.
to help them get the education they need. They should not be armed
Yeah,
with
exactly.
guns.
Yes.
I don't mind giving my opinion on that. That's a no. They have a purpose for being there. And then plus, it could create a more dangerous situation if a teacher has a gun and someone comes in. What are they going to go back to the days of the Western,
Exactly,
pull those out?
right.
No.
Okay.
They have their key responsibility. Plus, we should not put that additional responsibility on our teachers. That's not part of their job description.
What kind of bans or laws do you think should be passed to address this issue?
Well, right now there is a petition,
Okay.
statewide ballot initiative being launched.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay. And I became familiar with this initiative when I attended Augustina Church,
Okay.
where Pastor Mark Knutson,
Okay.
he met with some of the faith-based leaders and other people in the community, and had several young people there speaking also. And they were totally supportive of a ballot measure
Okay.
to put a ban on the assault rifle.
Okay. Now, is that just the age or just the gun itself from citizens getting it?
Well, the gun itself.
Okay. Now, from my understanding, also you're running for. Now, I know some of your candidate people are going to say, why did we have you on first? Well, because she's here. But you're running for county chair. Let's share a little bit about that, and then we're going to have you come back and talk a little bit more about that.
Okay, real briefly, I'm running for county chair because when we see things that should be happening and not happening, somebody has to step up to the plate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Deborah Harris, she's running for Multnomah County Chair.
Yes.
People, go out and vote.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, with me right now is Miss Laquita. Let's give her a hand, please. Now, Miss Laquita, she's out in the community fighting and strong 24/7. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Mr. Tony. Thank you so much for having me
It's
on
my
this
pleasure.
evening.
What you got to share with us today?
Oh, so many different things. So like Mr. Tony said, my name is Laquita Lanford, and my day job, I work with Urban League of Portland. Okay. I'm an outreach and engagement specialist, but I also work as an advocate for our community that are experiencing homelessness and houselessness for various reasons. So it's been a very challenging year to deal with people's experiences when it comes to their housing, as we're talking about change and a lot of different things that are happening across the nation is affecting us right here at home. So those are the people that I see. You didn't say mental health. Right. You said a sickness or a disease, but a lot of people are experiencing mental health right now. Okay. And I think that it has gotten to a point. This is just not what's happening today. This is over maybe the last 10 or 15 years of a person's life due to being displaced, due to political, agendas for cities and states within our community. So I see people who are struggling, but I also am so thankful to be the person to represent the community that I love and that I care for here in Oregon. I came back 4 years ago, and it was a change. I had lived here in the late 90s to early 2000s, and so I was hearing about the change, the displacement, the gentrification, but I said to myself, nah, that can't be Portland. Self. So, because the folks that I was communicating with that were good friends of mine, they weren't actually really telling me what was going on, so I felt like I was speaking from the grave, and I had to come back to Portland and really see what was going on. And like the sister said, when we're talking about laughter and, going through some things, I had in 2010, got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Okay. So that's an autoimmune disease that attacks your nerves. And so the process of coming back here was so that I can be able to just stabilize myself. I had spent a couple years a year or so in the Caribbean, and when I came back to the States, I went to Houston, and then I wanted to come back to Oregon because this is the place that I started when I was 18 years old. And to hear all of the, the negative things that I was hearing, I really had to come and see what that looks like, because for me, this is home.
Well, we're glad you came back. We're glad you came back, and you seem like you're healthy, and whatever you was working with, you overcome it. Yeah. So you doing you were sharing with me something about some tax. They're going to tax the people about a bridge or something?
Well, they're talking about I as a community advocate and a community organizer, when I see things that are constantly being talked about in our community and I don't really see our people there, I make it my business to just show up and find out what's going on. And so by me doing that over the last 4 years that I've been here, people are starting to recognize my name and recognize my face. And when there's issues or making a connection to the Black community, they reach out to me so that I can have that, because I have that link with multiple people across the board. Beautiful. So we started to talk about, as I said, homelessness, right? And then we're talking about the development, right? And we're talking about the infrastructure. And my Native people, I rock with them so hard to just say, they were here before many people came to Portland and decided to be, keep Portland weird, and all of these different emphasis on Portland or in Oregon has not been completely helpful, but it also has allowed the state to grow. And when I see these opportunities for us, when it talks about education and workforce and us not being there, like I said, I'm making my business. So we're talking to ODOT, which is the Oregon Department of Transportation, and it was brought to my attention, and I also read an article and I seen the news about tolling. Which is from on I-5 and 205. And so I thought to myself, self again, right? Because I'm always having conversation with self, right? So I have to ask myself first before I can go out and make sure that I am that I have the information that I need in order to deliver that to my community
Absolutely.
in whatever language we need to, whether it's academic language or it's meeting my people where they're at. And so they're talking about the I-5 and 205 because of the congestion, right? Because we have so many people moving here daily and have moved up here over the last couple of years. It is, and I know that we all feel that, right? Do everybody feel
absolutely.
what's happening?
We're going to feel it too if they come up take some of our money.
Yeah, right. So we're feeling it. We're feeling
Right.
it. We're seeing it again when we talk about the illnesses and the things that are going. It's actually really, hitting our nervous system, right?
Okay.
Because if you're not in your natural environment, you start to deplenish. And when the sunlight in the landscape, when we do get it, when we're having all these, but we're not getting the sunlight still yet that we need because they're just building and building on top of building. And so people who have lived here most of their lives have started to move over to Vancouver because Vancouver is a lot cheaper. Now that's where they're talking about putting one of these tolls.
Yo, tell us about what they're going to do to our money.
Which is not today, but let's say over the next 2 years. Right now what we're doing is a lot of community engagement and collecting the information just to see how people really feel about if you live in Vancouver or if you're traveling, how do you feel about paying? Right?
Exactly.
If you were in New York or if you were in Chicago or if you were in LA or down in the Bay Area, if you're leaving from Oakland to go to San Francisco, you have to pay. We don't have money like that. As we're saying we're in a housing crisis. We're having people who are unable to pay their rent with the income that they currently have. The things are going up, but our paychecks are not going up.
Exactly.
For us who have been poor for the majority of our lives, right? And so it's affecting us, and that was one of the things that came up in my reason for wanting to connect with ODOT, which has been so far a really good relationship. And what I see at the end of the day is I'm advocating for opportunities within our workforce to not just like have one person there, but to have multiple people there because we're talking about a green economy. When Obama came into office, he talked about the environment in which we live in, right? And he was down at the apartment complexes talking to the seniors and the elders about what they have been facing. This is why we got sickness in our bodies today because of mold and stress and not eating good and all of these different things. So we're not able to cope with what's going on. We just constantly keep getting things fed at us on a higher rate than any. So this will be something that we want to be paying attention to.
It's not a whole lot of people at the table. So
it's not any people at the table. But this has been going on from 7 to 10 years. The community piece is just coming. So what they're saying is like, this is Portland metro area value pricing. Listen to the word value pricing. And if you guys can look that up, go to ODOT. They'll give you a bunch of information. You can still weigh in on any of the comments that you would like to. It says it's not just our imagination. More people and merchandise are settling in the Portland area traffic. Longer buses, bikes, and pedestrians are affected by this system. Like we're slowly have been affected by, like when I came back, I've seen it. I've been back for 4 years, going on 5 years. And that's all that I see. Now I'm still learning about what that looks like for us, but I know that financially we won't be able to afford it. If it doesn't look like a lower price for like a bus pass or for a senior's pass, then that won't work if a person is in the areas that they're talking about putting it in, right? So it's not going to be over the whole entire city, but it will be, and there's a lot of money invested in that, right? So when we're talking about education and the workforce and training, our young people need to know where these opportunities are coming at so that they can step in right away and be able to have that livable wage in 5 years when this project actually really takes on. And they're sitting at the table and they're helping making decisions. If you love art, you're an architect. If you love art, you're an engineer. You know what I'm saying? And so if we're not putting this in our school system on the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math level, then that's something that, again, our generation, our people, our black people are going to miss.
Because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. So we need people at the table.
Yes, we need people at the table. We need people to come out to some of the, the committee meetings and oversight like we've been doing. I've noticed a pattern of oversight boards, right? When we talk about the environment, environmental racism is real, you all.
Yes. Right.
Environmental racism is real. We say EJ, environmental justice. It has affected us for decades. We can go back 100, whatever amount of years, but I'm 41, and I know what I've seen in my great-grandmother's time and my grandmother's time and a little bit before. I have a 91-year-old grandmother. So I'm just looking at, what I can learn from the young people, my age, and our elders. And a lot of us are dying off because we're not really, again, the stress and having to move and not being able to feel secure. So it's like we're in a tsunami that we can't even see. We're constantly trying to figure out what's going on.
How's the person get in touch with you and get a little more information and be at the table with you?
Yeah, that would be great because my capacity, you guys, is it's overwhelming.
Right.
It's like, so again, I'm an independent contractor on this particular. Has nothing to do with my with work. So I will. You can email me at Laquida, Laquida,
Okay.
Landford, Landford @gmail.com. That'll be like one of the best way to get me. Or you can hit me up on Facebook. I'm on Facebook and keep what I'm doing. I'm on Instagram. You know, social media, right?
Yeah.
That
It's
helps
all
us.
about. Yes, Miss Laquida.
Thanks, guys.
Joining me are two young ladies from the Portland Youth Builder. And we're just going to get right into the program. They're going to share about their program and how is it impacting our community. I have Miss Stacy with us and also Mary. Just share a little bit about the Portland Youth Builder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Portland Youth Builders is an alternative high school, also an accredited program too. So basically folks who come into our program initially are getting their GED, or if they have like less than a year's worth of credits, definitely finish up, they can definitely do that route too. Also there's training in construction technology as well. Our program is a job readiness program. That means that we have career coaches at PYB where they help them access living wage jobs, because really what we're trying to do, our goal is to break the poverty cycle. So that's that. And then we have student advocates who work with the youth who definitely are just struggling to have barriers, maybe their community to school, and they, you know, are having trouble doing that every day, so they can Facebook them, things like that. Or maybe they just need to cry, you know?
Okay.
I mean, that's really unique about PYB. Any day you come to PYB, it's never the same. There's always something going on, and I really like that about PYB. So yeah, initially, it's a program where students can show up and be themselves, and so that's why I continue to come to work every day, because of that pleasure.
That sounds like a passion. Miss Barry said, Go ahead, tap into that, chime into that.
Definitely. Yeah, we see a lot of strong communities between students and staff members. They're on a first name basis all the time, so you see a lot more informal interactions that make students a lot more comfortable. You see students hanging out in the hallways when they don't even need to be there.
Okay.
After school hours or beforehand, people come in early, and you see a really strong community that way.
Now, I can feel the passion, so I know people in the audience and the viewers can feel the passion. How did you ladies get involved? Or what got you involved with Portland Youth Builders? Either one of you can chime in on it.
So for starters, I got involved because I was at the end of my program at Portland State University. So my major was community development, and my peer who graduated a year before within the same program sent out some information. I was just like, oh, PYB, you know, why not?
Yeah.
And so really I was just going over the mission. That's really fundamental for me to wherever I work at, is that I have to love the work that I'm doing and is representing me. I'm Black, I'm a woman, you know, my academic career was very challenging, so I know all about that, and I want to support youth within that same thing.
I'm going to give a clap praise to you right now because you got your master's and you went on made it through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I finished up my undergrad definitely, and you know, once I found out, I definitely went in for an interview, and my thing was about just representing something and definitely showing youth, like, just watch me and you'll learn. And so it's all not about, you know, the destination, is about the journey. And so again, it's all about the interactions with the youth, you know, because they're going through a lot every day that they come through PYB, and I'm just like, you know, it's cool, you know, we can listen to a record, or we can just, you know, cry it out, we can cuss it out, you know, however you want to go about it, because some of the youth that come into our program are, you know, in and out of the justice system, so we know there's some issues there, but in and out, definitely that's why I joined PYB, because you could be yourself every day, and that's how I'm trying to maneuver in this world, is not be superficial or fake. I'm just trying to be me. Meet them where they're at.
Miss Mary?
I heard about Portland Youth Builders through AmeriCorps. I'm an AmeriCorps volunteer with them, as well as Stacy.
Okay.
And I was interviewing with them, and I really fell in love with the other staff members there. That's who I was interacting with. Since coming to Portland Youth Builders, I've also fallen in love with the students, of course, but having that community as a queer woman also has been really vital.
Okay, now, where is it located, and how do people get in touch with you? Either one of you can chime in on that.
So Portland Youth Builders is right across the street from Lentz Park.
Okay.
Yes. And so how folks find out about PYB is first they need to attend an info session, which is on a Thursday at 3:30. Our next one is April 5th at 3:30 as well.
Okay.
They can learn more about the program, the breakdown, and all of that. They can also go online too, but I'm going to pass that over to Mary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's where our website is, www.portlandyouth.org. pybpdx.org. You can find information on becoming more involved in the program, whether you want to be a student or whether you want to become involved as a community partner. We're always looking for volunteers who are interested in doing food drives, or people who are interested in providing legal support for our students, people who have job shadowing opportunities or internship opportunities, and if you're interested in donating or becoming a sponsor as well, you can find that on our website.
Now, I thought I heard something that you ladies said, even if you're in trouble, you can come through. So, can you speak to the youth that's out there, might be, you know, borderline and getting in a little trouble, and might say, well, I don't want to go there, but they can.
Oh yeah, most definitely. How folks mainly find out about our program is through word of mouth. But there's other
and
case
straight
scenarios.
Talk.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, so basically, like the parole officers might refer them to our program, counselors at some high schools, right? Or just coming in like, oh, you know, I heard about PYB. So definitely, if they're in any trouble, you know, again, there's no judgment. You know, we want them to show up and be themselves. You know, it's not only just a safe space; it's a brave space. And so on Mondays we have community meetings, and we use RJ practice, restorative justice. And so whatever's directly impacting the PYB community, and also what's impacting them as contributing community members, we talk about that. We circle up, and I know for myself, being African American, it's kind of hard to be vulnerable and put down my guard, because I always have to put on my guard every time I leave my house. So we're teaching them not to be so guarded, you know what I mean, especially folks who identify as being Black and brown who are in our program. And I think that's really nice, because we're teaching them also how to be interpersonal, how to be a team player, right, how to be accountable, and they're holding us as staff as being accountable too. And so all of that is coming into place, and so we create that as our habit of success, being resourceful too, because a lot of resources flow in and out of PYB. So, you know, even though you might have been in the justice system or you're parenting, we want you to adapt, you know, to this environment and inhibit some of these skills too, because it's professionally and personally is going to, you know, work in the long run for you too.
And it sounds like the mission statement. So what's the mission statement? You want to share what the mission statement is?
Our mission statement is to move youth out of poverty.
Oh, wow.
That is the goal of Portland Youth Builders.
That is beautiful. Absolutely. Yes. I just want to get a clap on that. And so the mission is to move youth out of poverty.
Absolutely.
And to be self-sufficient, definitely re-entering them into the workforce, having them be contributing community members to their own communities as well, because what we do at PYB, they when they're in construction and also in technology, they do community service. So within the tech department, they go to senior citizens centers, and definitely they're teaching them basic tech skills. If they have a smartphone, which is really nice and fun watching it take place, they help them add and remove apps too. And then when they go to Free Geek, they're like doing refurbishing, coding, things like that. And anybody in the community who needs a computer get to witness some of that and have that and whatnot. And then when they're on construction, they build like 4 houses a year with Habitat for Humanity. And so most of the time, folks who identify as being low income and you know, looking for a home, that's a part of the process what some of the youth do for the community members. So yeah.
That is good. Powerful. Any events coming up that you want to plug out right now and let people know that you got going on? Okay, sure.
We have a fun one coming up on May 17th. It's an open house. It'll be sometime in the morning, and it is where students will show up and they'll give you a tour of the school. They'll tell you what they've been working on personally. A lot of students are musicians, so they might show you what they've been working on, and you just get to see what a day is like at Portland Youth Builders.
It sounds like it's youth friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Stacy and Miss Mary from Portland Youth Builders.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. If anything Straight Talk can do, please let us know. I'd like to do a follow-up. Maybe bring some of the students on and we can talk to them as well. So they can get it out. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we have, joining me is Patricia and Dr. Audrey Terrell. Powerful event happened yesterday. And I'll let Dr. Terrell say a little bit about the event, and then we'll talk to this young lady. Dr. Terrell, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, you had a powerful event yesterday.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yes. Now, some of the ladies that you had, you want to share some of the ladies that got the rewards? Yes, please.
Yes. The Dr. Audrey Terrell Institute, the purpose and mission is to focus, encourage, support, and direct and lead those youth should I say, underserved.
Okay.
And that could be ethnic groups. So I have several high schools that I work with. Park Rose High School is one of them.
Okay.
So on yesterday we had a awards luncheon, the 3rd annual awards luncheon.
Yes,
Third year.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
we honored women that have led the way to success.
Yes.
Already have done the things required. And then we had a young lady from the University of Oregon from Virginia, was she not?
Yes.
And she was the keynote speaker. But we honored the woman in faith, the woman in faith,
Yes.
and that was Bishop Grace Osborne. Then we had a woman in communications. That's the executive director and the station manager of 1480 that I listen to all the time.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Angela Jenkins. And then we recognized a woman in labor union, Pat Daniels, who's the executive director of Constructing Hope.
Yeah,
And
let's give
these
a
are some
clap
fabulous women.
Absolutely.
And we also honored president of PCC,
Yes.
Dr. Karen Edwards.
Edwards.
She was
Yes,
recognized
yes.
yesterday. Leslie Ann Pickard from the University of Oregon.
Correct.
She's from the East Coast, the vice president of the University of Oregon. Hired this young African American female to come be her assistant. She was eloquent in her speaking.
Yes.
She had a lot to say to the youth.
Okay.
And so it was a rewarding experience on yesterday. But to say it all, I like to say that the Institute, the Dr. Terrell Institute, we have several students. We're working with 5 high schools, the Black Student Unions. And we observe the attendance, the behavior, they don't even know it,
Okay.
of each of the students. And so there were several, it was kind of hard for board members to make a decision.
Right.
Because there were several that were attentive, because we had attended a commissioners, and you know what happened with that.
Okay.
And two of them testified. So impressive
Right.
that when we thought about it, we talked among ourselves, and we said, you know, Venetia Denman, she's very impressive. They don't even know how impressive they are.
Right.
And we even told her, you need to be a lawyer.
Yes.
Because she was eloquent in her speaking. So yesterday, we awarded her the E.J. Holyfield 2018 Scholarship Award. And let me say you something about E.J. E.J. lost his life a year ago.
Okay.
But this young man was such a special kind of kid.
Right.
Never got a chance to get past the age of 12. Went with us everywhere we went, to basketball games. He talked to everybody.
Yes.
He was just so involved.
Big heart, huh?
In a big heart, very
Yes.
communicative.
Yes.
So when we decided to give this scholarship, we wanted to name it after him. And so this year, the 2018 award went to Venetia. Excellent. Very articulate young lady, a student at PCC that we're very proud to be working with. Not only in high school, in college, and continue on to support, encourage, focus, direct, and lead. That's what DATI does,
Yes.
is to encourage them to go to greater heights, be leaders, be judges,
Right.
be governors,
Absolutely.
be great, strong women in this society, which I believe will happen.
Let's give a clap for the award. How did that feel when you got that award? Your name was called.
Well, I wasn't expecting it. It was a really big surprise because she asked me to come and help with the event. So, I'm over here as a volunteer helping out DATI.
Yes.
And then I'm in the back with my sister.
Okay.
And they're describing the awardee before they call out the name.
Okay.
And me and my sister, she's my little sister. We're involved together in the same things. I kind of like I force her to do things I do, so she's on the right path.
Absolutely.
And when they were describing the awardee, I was looking at her. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be you." She's like, "No, it's gonna be you." And we were just going back and forth. And when they said my name, I was just so shocked.
Yeah. So share a little bit about what's your goals now at this point, as far as education, the fields, and where you're going.
So my goals are to. So I'm about to finish my general studies at PCC because it is free.
Okay.
And the refund there is nice, you
Okay.
know. And then I'm going to get a pre-med at a university. I'm thinking about either PSU or if I have really good grades right now. So I already know.
We're going to clap on that. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I did my first term in college with a 3.23, and my GPA was flipping up there.
Yeah.
And I know I'm qualified to be at PSU for pre-med to go for free because they have those they have those programs,
Yes.
and I'm in Future Connect.
Right.
So they have connections within each other. If you have your GPA together, then you can get a full ride to PSU.
I like what she said. She said, I know I'm qualified.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing your goals. And by you being here, a lot of young people can feed off of that. And they can understand what is possible, what is the dream, it can be reality. Now, I ain't gonna ask you how much you got, but I know I saw your eyes, they got big, so
Yeah.
it was good. Dr. Terrell, we were talking about a scholarship and some people
Yes.
gave you a call. Let's share a little bit about
Yes.
that.
I was reading, I got an email a couple of days ago, and I'd just like to share with you.
Absolutely.
Data has just been busy working with these kids.
Well, that's good.
With an intent to make a difference in their lives. But I got an email. I'm going to just brief this email. It
Yes.
says, hello, Dr. Terrell. I'm writing to share that the student you wrote a letter of recommendation for has won a scholarship with us. Their story was amazing, and we were very pleased to award them the scholarship. And I won't tell you how much it is, but it's a nice one. But I just want to just share that part.
Absolutely.
That the recommendations from DATA and the activity, because we explained the activities they're involved in, sets off for something else.
Okay.
And
Yes.
we just want to thank them for looking out, and just also want to just put a little last thing.
Absolutely.
The event on yesterday, I went to about 40 places here in the Southwest community in Portland for dinners or something to sell as raffle tickets or whatever.
Yes.
I want you to know that Sherry's and Elmer's, they were so responsive.
Absolutely.
We were able to have a raffle and
Yes.
get funds that we can pour back into scholarships and pour into having these kids to go places, up to Tacoma, up into Seattle, to see opportunities that they have for them. So I want to personally thank them out loud. All those people that supported me, Denny, just giving me dinners and that we could raffle off, movie tickets, Nike. It was just on and on. And a special thank you to them for allowing this, not only one, and for others to touch their lives. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now, Venetia, can you share a few words with the young people right now about a thought and staying motivated? Now, you used to be the past president of the Black Student Union at
Park Rose
High School.
Yes.
Yes.
And doing that for Park Rose High School, I wanted the black students in that community to come together, because we didn't really have a community for the black students at Park Rose.
Okay.
Like we're that community over there, you know, it's just not. It's not much of African American students, and most of them that attend the school, I see them fall off because they don't see most people like them. And I'm happy that the staff has become more. It has more African Americans now, because I stayed at Park Rose High School because of my staff. Okay. Over there. And
name some of the staff so we get a shout out from them. That's a Mr. Goodman?
Yeah, Andre Goodlow. Andre Goodlow. And then there's Mr. Shelton, Miss Harrison. Yes. There's
Tim Mitchell.
He was he helped us with Park Rose High School.
Well, shout out to all of y'all over at Park Rose High School. Go ahead and share a few more words, encouraging words for the young people, just kind of motivate them where they can keep on pushing.
What I tell myself all the time as a young adult, that if you don't make it, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna couch surf? Are you gonna stay in poverty? And as a black person, you should want to get up and be better and do better because of, first of all, the skin that you're in. Like people want to degrade you, and me being a black woman, at first I just wanted to go to school just because I was black and just to show them that I could do it, and it gives us an opportunity to show them who we really are, and don't be who they want you to be, and that's broke, poor, and useless. Get up off your feet, live life to your fullest potential, because you can't retire off of sitting off the couch.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, you heard it from Venetia, and Dr. Audrey Terrell, the Data Institute.
Yes.
Any events you're going on right now that you want us to share with that we can get out where the people can, but how do people get in touch with you and your organization, first of all?
This is what I'll have my phone with me all the time,
Okay.
the cell phone, 313-510-9968.
Okay.
Yes, it's a Michigan number because we're nationwide connected.
Absolutely.
The board is all over the nation. And then you can email me or at Dr. Audrey Terrell at DITI Institute.
DITI.
Institute.org. I read them all day long.
Right.
And if you want me to tell you what's going on or get informed, just give me a call or text me or email me at Dr. Audrey Terrell at DITI Institute, and I'll respond.
Dr. Audrey Terrell, Benicia Desmond. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right.
All right. We have they're on mic here. Thank you. Right now we have Miss Noni, and she's talking about, well, no, you're actually the founder of the Black Student Summit, Success Summit. That's getting ready to jump off.
That's right, April 14th.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Noni. Let's share a little bit about this Black Student Success Summit.
Absolutely.
You got success up in there.
I'm
I like
telling
that.
you, right, because you know what? In the media, we always talk about our African American students here. We don't make up that big of a population.
Okay.
And so my motto is, if they can't see you, they can't be you.
Oh,
so
my
while
goodness,
the
yes.
media is talking about all the things that they're not doing, the gang shootings, teen pregnancy, this, that, we don't have enough time to celebrate our young people. Right? We always in the media, and we're always looking at all this negative stuff. You can ask people right now today, are there more black men in college or the penitentiary? And everybody will say the penitentiary. That ain't true.
That ain't true.
That ain't true. Look at Dr. Ivory Tolson's research. That's never been true. But we don't look at all the positive things and how amazing and resilient that our young people are.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
I like where you're going right now.
and I'm not going to say that we don't have issues. Because I could talk about the negative. I could say that black students graduate at the same rate as disabled white students. I could say that Oregon is third in the country within their educational outcomes and data for African American students. We have always been at the bottom, right? But until we do something and we step up, ain't nothing gonna happen.
That's right.
So the Black Student Success Summit started in 2014 when I was working at Portland Community College. And I would watch students spin around 4 or 5 years trying to get a 2-year degree. And I said, let's stop talking about black students and let's start talking to them. And so you know what, I put a call out, Tony, and they say that we can't work together. I had folks come from everywhere. I'll volunteer, I'll talk to students. We had 125 college students that first year in 2014.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
And it was guided by maybe 40, 45 black professionals. This past year, we were at PSU, our 4th annual one. We had 550 black high school and college students throughout the state of Oregon. It's now a regional conference because there's never been a platform, and it's all guided by 95 to 100 black professionals in every industry, public, private. We have Intel, they bring in 20 of their black professionals, Nike, Genitex. I mean, we had 23 employers, 13 colleges, HBCUs. We have all the Greeks there. It's an amazing feeling for people of color, African American. When I say black, let me just clarify that.
Go ahead.
I mean black, African American, African Latino, anybody, African first generation, African mixed, biracial, whatever you want to call yourself, since we allow other people to define us.
Right, you say other
people.
people.
Say just come on in.
Come on in,
just
yes.
come on in, right?
Yes.
Because you don't know what it's like to be in community here, right? We've been so dispersed, and that causes trauma. And then you start to believe the hype. Oh man, something gonna happen, something gonna jump off, so you get scared. But then when you're there all day and we're having fun and just doing all the things, we're gonna have a skate party after this. When's the last time we've been skating and having fun? Yes, I remember back in Imperial days. Right, absolutely. We do 21 workshops. We do everything from healthcare, IT, the trades, because everybody's not going to a 4 or 5 year institution, right?
Right.
Some of us need to go, because when things are broke in my house, I need a plumber.
need
I
a
don't need no PhD.
Right.
I need a plumber. I need an electrician.
Right,
And I just give them the checkbook. I don't even question. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we got to let our young folks know that you can't just be the ball player, because it's 400 jobs to make that game go. It's behind the camera, it's the lighting, it's the marketing, it's the sports medicine.
Exactly.
And we can be in all of them. All of them. But if you don't know, you just don't know.
Now, you know what? I feel a passion coming from you.
Oh.
And I know our audience is asking, the viewing audience is wondering, where is this passion coming from?
Look, because I was here, been here 50 years. I was looking at what they were just saying. You talk about trauma, lived right here on Cleveland.
Yes.
I've been here over 50 years in the same house, right around the corner from the old Genevas.
Yes.
And I know what it's like to be a black woman in this school system. Every school that you go to will be predominantly white.
Yes.
And you can get lost, and you allow other people to identify us, and it makes us like not feel good enough about ourselves and who we are and question ourselves, right? And education is our responsibility. We can no longer allow to put the responsibility on just the teachers. We have some amazing teachers, right? But they can't do it all.
Exactly.
We've got to step up. And so I ask African Americans from every industry, please come, show up. Show up. We had 6, 7 doctors there last year.
Beautiful.
We have lawyers. We have, and it's just an amazing thing, because young people can then say, that's who I want to be.
Yes.
That's what I dream about. Right? We had a sister who's the only African American forensic scientist with the state of Oregon. She was there. The chief of fires who goes out, first responder, amazing. So that's what we need to keep seeing. You know, our young people need to continue to see. I not only work with the black student unions, but let me tell you this, because a lot of our school districts don't have a black student union, right?
Okay.
So I work with all districts. So it's not just Portland Public, but we work with North Clackamas, Beaverton, Hillsborough, Aloha, Gresham, Barlow, all over. Because what we don't realize is, because we've been displaced, we've been pushed out everywhere.
Right.
And we have black students all over this state that are suffering because they don't see anybody that looks like them. They don't see anybody in the schools. They don't have black teachers. They got black janitors and resource officers sometimes. So
nobody feeding that mind.
Right. So
let's plug this date in real quick.
That's right. So April 14th, which is Saturday. It's an all-day event, April 14th at Portland State University. My website is Beam Village, Beam as in a beam of light, Village, VILLAGE.org. Beam Village, you can register. Student, we have parent workshops. We have all of that. Let me tell the employers really quick. If you want to increase your diversity and all those wonderful words that people say, come get a vendor booth right here, right? And it's not to check the box. We want people that are serious about wanting inclusion, wanting to hire, internships and all of that. All that's on our website. It's easy to find me there, and that's what I do, and I'm gonna continue to do it.
I'd like to extend something to you.
Yes.
Straight Talk would love and be honored to be there to cover that, maybe interview some of your people.
Yes.
You're there.
Woo! You talk about ancestors. It's so wonderful.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Let us know whatever we can do.
That's right. I look forward to seeing you there.
You got it.
All right.
Miss Nolan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right now, we're going to go over to bring some laughter back into our heart. Are you ready? Grab your side. Do whatever you got to do, because I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be laughing. Let's welcome Miss Debbie.
Oh, this has been one show about the
Let's
youth.
get a clap there. Yeah.
And I am so proud of all the young people that's going to be benefiting from these programs that these sisters are doing. I have been a mother for 112 years. That's 5 times 18 years. I've raised 5 only children. I have one of each species. And so one thing that I learned from my teenagers is that they worship the Trinity, and they taught me how to worship the Trinity. Me, myself, and I. Yeah. All their sentences start with that. And mine started with we, me, us, them. But now I know the Trinity. I'm very selfish and kind of self-centered. But you need that kind of strength. That's why God lets kids be like that. You need that strength. But people say, Debbie, how did your kids, grow up to be? My oldest daughter is a college professor at Evergreen State College, and I have a son that is a assistant vice president of all the Bank of Americas here in Portland, Oregon. He went to Portland State Vikings football team. Yes, he was the captain. I thought he was gonna go pro and make me a new chunky soup mom. But he went all academic on me and got a doctorate and stuff, and oh my goodness. But now they're not having kids like they used to. They're not. They're raising dogs. Like they were kids, they're called pet parents. I really wish we could raise our dogs and kids with the same laws. It would make parenting so much easier. That way, if you saw a rowdy gang of kids playing outside, acting up, you could just call the kid pound, have them all picked up. Can you pick up these kids? Thank you very much. If their parents don't get them in 3 days, they get put to sleep. Only the bad kids, no more juvies.
Oh my goodness.
And when your kids tear up your house, like a dog tear up your house, you know who did it. You've been a bad dog. And look what you did to my house. You can get a little piece of paper, roll it up, and hit him on his hiney. Bad dog, and drag him outside and tie him up against the fence. Now, you're going to stay out here till you learn how to act. Every time I do that, CPS come and get me and say that was wrong and I shouldn't be doing kids like that. CPS. But now my kids are all grown and they are very successful and they have beautiful homes, and I'm so proud of that because it gives me a chance to go over with my crayons and draw on their walls and tear up their house. And they try to get me back. I live in an RV. I just drive away. They can't get me. But now I'm a grandmother of 14 grandchildren. Yes, 14 grandkids. And, I try to guide as a grandmother, to give them the knowledge of the ancestors. And I remember when I was a little girl, every time it would rain and thunder, my mother would say, cut off the lights, cut off the TV. Don't you know that's God? He's walking in his kingdom. We'd be all scared, talking about, well, we want to look at the Flintstones. Why don't you sit down, guys, so we can look at TV. So one day it was raining and thundering, and I told my grandkids, just like I was told, cut off the lights. Cut off the TV. Don't you know that's God? He's walking in his kingdom. And my 12-year-old granddaughter said, no, Grandma, that's a hot air and that cold air masses me in the air. You need science. Too smart for me. Yeah. But, I'll take the secret of raising good boys is that you got to be especially if you're a single mom, you got to be tough. My boy thought I had a penis and a vagina. My mama got both. We seen her testicles. I said, you did not see no testicles. It was big ovaries with hair. And they get, and some kind of kids get a little rowdy at home and they get upset with you. And then one of my boys said one time, I'm going to run away. I'm going to run away. And well, okay, I got to get ready to go. But I'm going to finish this joke out. I got to run away. And so, they keep dancing around me. I'm sorry. It's cute little white boys, too. I mean, they're so cute. They just distracted me from my joke. But anyway, I told them, I said, run. But when you go out my front door, leave my clothes and underwear here. Those are mine. Can't take my underwear out of here. So they know that you came with nothing. You came here with nothing. You leave with nothing. And that's been an incentive for my boys to go to college. Because it was so cold out there when they went out to catch that bus to the college with no clothes on. Because they were all loners. I gave them back to them. I didn't give back to him. So I just want to thank you for listening to my comedy and all the beautiful, wonderful speakers we had. And I'm Debbie Wooten.